Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Deciphering My Experience. My name is Eric J. Hecker, and today we're going to be talking about UFOs over Anchorage, Alaska, because I live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I look into all of this types of stuff. And just recently, I was looking to see what other information I could find in regards to UFO sightings over the city of Anchorage proper. And in that, I found a bunch of videos from just a couple of years ago about a particular event, which is the lower box on the screen there, bottom right side. And this video, I might as well just pull it up and play it for you right now. What the heck?
A variety of military aircraft operate out of the nearby Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, but spokeswoman Erin Eaton said the sighting was nothing to do with them. "That doesn't look like any of our planes," she said. Officials from the Federal Aviation Administration added that the object in the video was not an aircraft, and that it hadn't received any reports of aviation issues at the time. Some experts still think a plane is the likeliest explanation. Peter Davidson, director of the Washington-based National UFO Reporting Center, said that the video possibly shows a high-altitude jet airliner with a contrail behind it. It is in level flight, but because it is flying away from the camera, it appears to be falling.
Adonis Spa, who shot the video, was not convinced. The 18-year-old said the object looked like something coming into the atmosphere. "Me and my mom were just coming into the parking lot of our house, and that's when I noticed that something was falling from the sky," he said. "I thought it was a meteor or something coming into the atmosphere. I actually never saw something like this before," another witness, Big Kang, agreed.
So that's basically, the witness reports, and I found a whole bunch of videos that pretty much show the same thing, say the same thing, that a bunch of folks saw this. And the crazy part was, so did my girlfriend and I, and we just hadn't dawned on us until we saw these videos that it was legit. And I guess the way that my brain works was when someone says, "Hey, have you ever seen a UFO?" I think of like a spinning disc with flashing lights. And someone asks me that, I say, "No, I've never seen a UFO." But apparently my definition of what a UFO is off. So I did see this one, and let's take a look at some of the pictures. So now I have to give credit because although I was present for this event, the photos were actually taken by my wonderful girlfriend. So thanks, Holly. That's not a UFO. That's just an airplane. So it shows that we're, in proximity to Anchorage, Alaska. That's an airplane. That's flying over Sleeping Lady. That's the actual Sleeping Lady, folks, not the scammed CGI thing that they're showing all over the internet. That would be the head side. So this here is the object that we have a photo of. And pretty much it's doing the same thing. Now, the idea of what people were saying was that it was falling. And I get that it appears from this image that something in the sky is dropping and leaving a trail going up. It was just sitting there, folks. That was the really weird thing, is it had no motion to it. It just sat there and sat there and sat there. And let's see. Oh, why is my mouse frozen? There we go. So this photo, you can see in here, this is the mountain Sleeping Lady, and it was just up in the sky over there that anomaly showed up, and we were that far away. Fortunately, the camera had substantial zoom, and that's what we were looking at off in the distance, and it was just sitting there. So it really had the appearance of like this is the bottom, and it's dropping from the sky, and it has a trail, but it was stationary. That's an even bigger shot there. Yeah, you can see, it really looked like there's like something right here. Like there was this hard line, and there's this trail of stuff. Right? And I'm sorry, there's nothing there that looks like an airplane or a plane's contrail. I'm familiar with what's going on here. I'm not going to speak like an expert in everything, but I'm just saying I've never seen anything like this here. And it wasn't going away. It wasn't coming closer. It wasn't going up. It wasn't coming down. And there's a lot of other air traffic at the time that you could watch. See, there was a lot of other air traffic. You could watch things coming and going. Nice artsy shot by Miss Holly. And then, again, a view from the Chugach State Park overlooking Anchorage, Alaska. And it would have been, I believe it was right in here-ish that we saw it. See, the funny thing is now, apparently UFOs are so common that you can see them so much and not even know you're seeing them. That's a nice shot. The other interesting thing was that, I don't know if any of you had caught the video this week that Penny Bradley did with Peter Moon. It was an exceptional conversation. I got a lot out of it, and it actually helped trigger some memories that I had from when I was younger. There we go, folks. Now, here's that shot of Sleeping Lady. It's a better shot. You can see a better depiction that this thing was just sitting right there. There's other clouds and other traffic, and it just didn't do anything. But that Penny Bradley video, really, I always say in the movie Forrest Gump, there's a great line. He says, it's funny the things that you remember. And it's true, because it's also funny the things that you forget. So that Peter Moon video that Penny did made me remember that I spent my senior prom weekend out on Montauk, Long Island, and we had an encounter there as well, which I'll try to put together for another story, another video. Maybe I can get a better presentation, but it sparked the thought in my head that, lo and behold, there was a third time in my life where I had a UFO encounter, forgot it, and it turns out that one was at Montauk. Airport shots, more airplane traffic. That one's on floats. Probably headed over to the Spinard area. That's a zoom of, looks like part of the base. And then back to the valley. Gorgeous Alaska, folks. UFOs and everything. And more shots of the ground traffic. There's an interesting shot of it. It darkened up. You can really see the density at the bottom. So again, I mean, we're hanging out in this area. We're taking pictures of all kinds of stuff, and this thing is just dangling in the sky. It was rather peculiar. You can even see, because now the sun's dropping, and this thing's like getting darker at the base. The lighting is totally changing while this thing's staying there. That's pretty cool looking. Anybody else ever see any UFOs out there that look like this? Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Alaska. Helicopter traffic. Beautiful tundra. Nice valley. Oh, this is Moose Meadows, folks. Boy, this would actually, it's hard to say. Well, there's moose there. So this would have put us there in the fall. I wonder if we got a different viewing of a different item from a different time. Separate from the video, but same type of thing. Because I would venture to say that if we were in this area and there were moose, we were probably there in the fall, and other people were reporting the event in the spring. So I am going to imagine that we're seeing separate events, but similar phenomena. And again, like I said, the sun was going down the whole time that we were there. So time was passing, and that thing was just chilling out. What could it have been? But that's my UFO photos, and that's what I was hunting for. And Lo and behold, I've seen 3 UFOs now and have documentation for one of them and memories for 2 of them. But I'm also going to be hitting the road to go to the HARP facility soon. I got to gear up the truck. I've been waiting for it to be sunnier out. I like working outside in the sun and much less like it when it's cloudy. So I've been doing more stuff in the studio, but I need to get out to the truck and get that thing dialed in so that we can roll out to HARP and get some footage and see what's going on. And then maybe, I believe in that area, there are some other hot spots throughout this state for UFO activity, and I do plan on taking a look at that as well. I know a lot of people get frustrated in the chat groups or pages or whatever because I kind of run around in different circles, but it's because I've seen a lot of stuff. I'm you know, a researcher and a discloser, and I feel like a lot of these different compartments just need to have the walls ripped down, and we need to integrate our information. I understand there's some UFO groups out there. I understand there's some SSP groups out there. There's ancient alien folks out there, but the way I look at it, we're all talking about the same conversation. When you do enough research, you'll see that all of these things should be integrated in one large conversation, because there's more going on than these specialty groups can comprehend from inside the boundaries of their own group. It limits their perspectives and their ability to find out things about their own specialty. So let's break down those borders. Let's share across lines of information, and let's help get the truth out there for everybody who's interested in the big picture. We can learn about the construction of the house by seeing how all the rooms fit together. But the first thing you have to do is get out of your room, walk around the house, and look at the total structure. So let's do that. Let's integrate a big story. Let's get all of our information together, folks, and go over to deciphering.tv, because that's going to be the platform of the future for sharing and caring about the truth. So thank you very much for coming today, folks, and like, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you soon.